whack 'em back into current events now. We thank you for giving us a minute of your time. Today on this show, we're going to pick up where we left off on our last topic as part two of DEI used as a racist trope. Subject for today, DEI used as a racist trope. And we're going to pick up where we left off, but I just want to make a statement of DEI, diversity, and equity and inclusion. It is a shame that that has been weaponized against peoples of color to mean racism against whites. This is just ugly at its core. And it's just sad to see that peoples will use something that is meant to be a corrective action for fixing true racism. It's a shame to see that happen in this country, in this beautiful, wonderful country that we all love and we all call home. We should want the best for one another. And we should love each other as we love yourself. It's what the good book says. But let us get back to this here. Diversity, DEI used as a racist trope. DEI, its policies are meant to be used for recruitment of the best. Typically when you're looking for a diverse group within your company, whether it's a big company or small company, you want the best and the brightest. And typically when people send in their resumes or whatever, you compare those resumes to see what education they have, what how much experience they have through the jobs that they've had, and do they line up with what you're looking for. And then at that point you would call the person in for an interview. That's pretty much the process that's used in any company. And diversity and equity and inclusion only helps to make that process even better. It is a good thing when a company has a diverse a diverse force of different races and backgrounds and ethnicities. That's a strength. It's not a weakness. It's a strength. DEI is crucial for building and maintaining team and engagement. It motivates the employees to want to do better in the organization, and it's inclusive. It's an inclusive program that says, hey, you have just as much of an opportunity as the next person, and your ability to work hard, put forth your ideals, and be a part of what we have built here, all is welcome. That's what diversity and equity pretty much symbolizes. According to the American Marketing Association, DEI retention issues can present themselves on the very first day of work for employees if overboarding policies don't demonstrate awareness of the potential microaggression and other toxic behaviors that can be directed at the employees based on race, ethnicity, gender, and age. These things ought not to be in the workforce. No one should feel that they're being picked up on, that they're being put in a category where they are not productive. You want to have inclusiveness, and that's what DEI brings to the table. Employees will leave an organization where they do not feel physically safe. They don't feel heard. They don't feel valued. None of these things. They try. The more they try, the more it seems like they're in a box. So it is in the company's best interest, if it's every employee that you have, is to make certain that they are comfortable, that they feel at home, and that the environment is inviting. Inviting, meaning that the employee can feel like they can speak up, that they can add and put their 2 cents in, as it were. DEI can foster a sense of belonging That's what it's meant to do, is foster a sense of belonging for employees. That's very important in the workforce today. In an environment where it's people are hospitable and not toxic, where people are asked for their opinions and ideals, so that the company can grow and be the best that it can be and meet its expectations. That's the most important thing, is meeting your expectations. When you have your group meetings, you have your internal meetings, and you're saying, okay, did we meet our goals for this month? How far are we ahead, and how much more do we need to do to get to where we need to be to meet our goals? And so when you have everybody working as a team, as a unit, I'm telling you, there's nothing that you can't get done. I've worked with many teams on many different groups and many jobs that I've had, and as long as you had the group as a unit putting forth the best ideals, I tell you, you can't beat it. That's why I am all in for DEI, because it brings out the best in people. It brings out the best. And that is what any employer, any employee should want, is to have people who are the best, the brightest, who have ideals, who think, who comes to work ready to give 100%, and then leave the company at the end of the day feeling good about what they have accomplished. It's nothing worse than living in an environment where you're tensed and you feel a sense of unbelonging, and that is not an environment that no employee should be subject to. So what I would say is DEI is something that every company should strive to keep in place, utilize it to the fullest of its extent, because it is a tool that can only improve your company. Those who maintain DEI will continue to flourish, will continue to see growth, will continue to have happy employees that are more than happy to come to work, as opposed to working in a place where everybody's uptight. No one, this one feels like you're against me. These people are over here, they don't feel like they are being heard. In a work environment like that, it's not conducive to good production, to good outcome. That just means high turnover, because no one wants to stay in an environment like that. No one wants to work with a sense of tension and stress. No one wants to work in environments like that today. And with today's market, you don't have to. You don't have to. So some companies will suffer because they have forsaken DEI. But I assure you, those who stick and stay and use this effectively as a tool, your company will flourish, and you will be the happy for it. And so will your employees, and that's what it's all about. Happy employees are productive employees. And that is something that every company should remember. When I think about some of the companies I've worked for, and some have been really great opportunities, met people from all around the world, worked with people from all around the world, and it was a pleasure to hear their ideals, their thoughts, and to sit together and to bring out a product that we could be proud to offer and sell to anyone, knowing that it was safe, knowing that it was good, the quality was good, because we had tested it, we had made certain that everything met the specifications as to the guidelines and the processes. And so that's a great feeling when you can put out a product that you had something to do. You had something to do with that product, and you see people buying it, and it's just a great feeling. And that's what you want with your employees, and DEI help to bring that out. So I'm going to conclude this by saying companies that continue to utilize DEI, the future, the prosperity, the growth of your company, I assure you, will be better off for it. Those who return back to the old style ways where peoples are in jobs that they feel unwelcome, the tension, you could cut it with a knife, and peoples are just unhappy. Typically, those companies don't do well because the production is usually low. It's usually low because people are unhappy. They are not wanting to be in that environment, and they just come for the paycheck, and that is a sad affair. So what I would say to companies that want to continue to flourish, stick and stay with DEI. It is a great tool, and as long as you use it correctly, hey, the stars are the limit. Until the next time on Current Events Now, look for our next program, as we will always try to bring something informative and leave you more informed than when you came in. Until the next time, thank you for watching.